Hello everybody and welcome back to the Optegra Premiership 2024-25 campaign. It's Saturday, it's 4:30, it's the late kick-off and we've got two fantastic games on either court. Already underway on court A is Newcastle taking on Teesside at the top of the table, and here we have Teesside taking on Greenbank. Marcus Harrison, who seems to have made an interesting tactical decision. He's wearing the goalkeeper jersey, which will be interesting to see how that plays out.
I've not seen that before, Charlie.
I've not seen that before, so a bit of mind games.
What is he doing?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Exactly.
You always get nervous watching Marcus Harrison, don't you? Because you never know. He's always got something up his sleeve. He's always a step ahead of everyone else.
I'm going to use a line. I'm going to say it's Marcus Harrison doing Marcus Harrison things.
Yes, it's a great line.
Even if we don't know what he's doing.
Always keeps you guessing.
What a pleasure to be on commentary with you, Charlie. Our first time.
Yeah, our first time on commentary together feels like long overdue.
It's only taken us 16 months to get to this point. You know what it is? It's Ryan.
Yeah, it's Ryan. Oh, gosh, yeah.
He's not allowing us to do it.
No, he's scared of that we might become too powerful. Dethrone him.
Do you think so?
His commentary crown.
I'm not sure. We wish Ryan's not with us today. Wish him all the best.
Yeah, I'm sure he's watching loads of games from home and gutted that he can't be here.
I'm sure.
As I'm just checking the WFA scoreline app, which is
How cool is that?
Apple. Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, being able to, I'm a big fan of like score apps. I have about 6 of them on my phone for like football and cricket and stuff. But to have one specifically for Power Chair football is genuinely crazy. It's fantastic.
It must have been said in commentary on several games already, but to Jack and Alex, what a tremendous job they've done. I've loved seeing people literally use it, our community using the app all day, which is great.
So we are underway, and it is Teesside that take the early initiative here. And they have a good chance early in the game as well. Tinkler at the back post. Good reactions from Luke Kelly to stop it.
What a start that could have been.
So Greenbank line up with Luke Kelly, who's occupying the goalkeeper area. Oh, big chance, goal.
Well.
Didn't even get finishing reading out the lineups, and Teesside have already taken the lead. So whatever Marcus Harrison was cooking up, putting on that goalkeeper shirt is, it's not worked out early in this game.
He's not happy, is he? But I mean, fair play. That's a tremendous start from Teesside. Very close. 10 seconds before that, and then they've capitalised on that straight away. What an advantage to have.
Yeah, and especially after such a long day for Teesside. Some really difficult fixtures in there. You know, an absolutely bruising game with Newcastle earlier comes to mind, and yet they're still energetic and frenetic even at this time of the afternoon. So fair play. And that's the thing, I think a lot of the time when you play against Greenbank is getting an early goal can be so massive, because the longer you allow Marcus Harrison and his side to grow into the game, the more and more frustrated you can get, and that only plays into their advantage as potentially a chance. Liam Fitzpatrick spins. Oh! Hits the post.
I tell you what, this already has a feel for being a super game of football, this.
Yeah, it's going to be entertaining. Marcus Harrison. He's trying to claim it touched the chair. I think we had a pretty good view of that.
Yeah.
To say that I don't think it did.
I don't think it did either, but the thing is, he's so compelling, Marcus. Perhaps
yeah.
I'm wrong. I
Start
haven't seen
doubting
that.
yourself, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that did not, but he's made me think now. Let's look at a replay. He possibly is right, but there you go. He's nothing if not influential, is he?
Certainly not. He's such a good personality on the court. He knows every aspect of the game so well. As here he comes down the right-hand side, up against Tyler Reeve and Greg Baxter. Forced back. It was, of course, Greenbank's opening day fixture. Teesside. They were beaten 2-1. It's a game that Marcus Harrison said that had he wanted to, obviously being the humble player that he is, had he wanted to, he could have drawn out, but he decided to try and go for a win late on and left himself open, and Teesside ended up going on and grabbing a winner in that game. But
I remember watching that.
They've come a long way, both sides, since the opening day, even though it is only technically 2 days of Power Chair football ago. Here's Liam Fitzpatrick. 2-on-1.
We also know, Charlie, that when you get promoted, as Greenbank did, and won it at Cantor last year, the Championship, you have to settle into the Premiership. It's a very different level. And Marcus, of course, knows the Premiership all too well, but some of the other players didn't. And haven't had that experience, or certainly hadn't had it for some time. And you've got to grow into that. And I think it took them the first 2 and a bit games, and then they started to fire, didn't they, on the first game week? So they've settled very quickly.
So Teesside had numbers forward there, but a good recovery from Greenbank to get back and get defensive players. Liam Fitzpatrick for Greenbank is still playing very high in behind us. There's Ed Common, a spin and strike. Marcus Harrison equal to it. Contact in favour of Greenbank, just a little bit too forceful with his cutback there, Ed Common. Luke Kelly, a player with a wealth of experience in all of the divisions of the English Power Chair Football League. But then you look at players like Jacob Bookplatt, who is such a promising young talent. This will be his first time, but he's already had some very memorable performances in such a short Optegra Premiership career. As here's Liam Fitzpatrick. Tinkler, another one of those bright players for the future, battling with Bookplatt. Still Mitch Tinkler. Manages to get on the outside, then pulls it back. Kick in for Greenbank, signalled by a very Christmassy looking assistant referee on the far side.
Just bringing some seasonal cheer, Charlie.
Yes.
I like that.
Here's Ed Common.
Just looking at the, as long as this stays 1-0, you can see Greg is not going to be, Greg Baxter, adventurous, that adventurous.
No, he doesn't look, he looks slightly nervous, doesn't look as comfortable as he'd like. He referred to himself as Yashin before the game, so I'm expecting a clean sheet.
Nothing
and
else.
Nothing less, yeah.
Yeah, nothing else. That's quite a big statement, isn't it?
Not sure what's been given.
There's consultation with the assistant and Jeff Lewis in the middle.
3 in the box, maybe?
Yeah, looks like
it's that kind of area, isn't
it?
Yeah.
Now these two have got form on this, haven't they?
Yeah, they know each other very well, Tyler and Ed. They've played.
Do you want to explain a boom boom for any of our listeners?
I will.
That wouldn't have
So what is going to happen is Tyler Eve is going to, unless there's some sort of dummy here, Tyler Eve is going to try and spin and whack the ball into the moving chair of Ed Common, who's number 4, who is furthest away from the goal. And that will create such massive power that it will split between the defenders and go into the back of the goal. Of course, in theory, it's a lot more complicated than that. It's almost impossible to time, and even if you do get it towards goal, you've got 2 very strong defenders on the line who are not going to be moved. But if you get it right, which some teams do, it looks beautiful. But as you can see, it's when you get it wrong, it's a bit jarring, to be honest.
a double ricochet.
Yeah. Ooh, that will be a 2-on-1 advantage given though by referee Jeff Lewis. But yes, I mean, practically touching Marcus Harrison and Liam Fitzpatrick there. Here is Tyler Reeve. It's too far out to take on one of those boom booms that we just mentioned, but they will try and work it, but that's well cut out by Harrison. He won't be able to keep it in. Reeve, Tinkler, Bookplatt. Reeve again. Mitch Tinkler, Jacob Bookplatt chased that all the way. Tinkler, Common, Reeve. Ed Common lets it run. That's lovely play between the 3 of them. That's a great pass from Tinkler. Oh, that's quite frustrating. That was a really lovely move from Teesside. Just a bit too close.
They do. I mean, from an entertainment point of view, lots of ways to win a football match, but Teesside play some lovely stuff.
Oh,
Don't
they really do. They rotate those three players.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it looks like Tyler Reeves the furthest left. Then you've sort of got Mitch in the centre and Common out on the right. They're three really versatile players, and yeah, fantastic to watch at their best. Here is Marcus Harrison out on the right hand side into Book Platt. Here is Jacob Book Platt. Looks to fire it at the front post. It's just going to go out off Greg Baxter's chair for a corner. These are the opportunities that Greenbank will be seeing as the vital ones for them, these set pieces. Harrison fires. Tyler Reeve used his own keeper's chair there as a bit of a bounce board and then got the ball out. Jacob Bookplatt into contact. Here is Marcus Harrison. Just driving into a sea of green out on the right hand side. I mean, Bookplatt again. Dogged in the tackle, but eventually goes out for a kick in for Teesside. Goal kick. So, Dean slowly growing into this one, aren't they, Greenbank?
Yeah, definitely. I think there is no confusion about Marcus in terms of why he's wearing that jersey now. That kind of didn't really work, did it, at the start? It'll be interesting to see if he goes back to green, but no, they're coming more and more into the game. But there's no panic, is there, from Teesside at all? I think they're also quite comfortable. They're allowing them to have a bit more of the ball, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, such effective communicators, Teesside, especially with Greg in goal. He's, you know, we know from his commentary that he can talk for England, and he puts that to effect on the football pitch as well. Such a calming presence, such a mature power chair football player.
Yeah.
Obviously been to a European Championships.
And he's a European champion.
Is a European champion.
We must say
yeah.
that. We must say that, because he is.
Yes.
I mean, notice the England coaches have been here all day. My goodness me, they have some selection decisions, don't they?
I mean, we have to be one of the most stacked countries in terms of talent in football at the moment.
So you've got, I mean, yesterday with just a one-day camp at St George's Park, you got 16 players there, development. The squad was there as well. But you can also go out of the 16, can't you, and think about other players that have been the Premiership, Championship, that are knocking on the door. It's a brilliant position to be in, but it's going to give them a headache.
Yeah, but I'm sure Adam McAvoy, he's employed to make the big decisions, and I'm sure he'll whatever decision he makes, he'll feel will be for the right reasons.
You'd rather be in that situation than not.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Ed Common battling with Book Platt. Uses the back of Common's chair against him there very maturely, but Platt wins a kick in. Harrison, but Platt off the front of Common's chair, looking to battle it through. It's 2-on-1, might be given. It is given. Yeah, I thought I saw the moment that crept into Jeff Lewis's mind.
Yeah.
2-on-1, and this is another very, very good situation for Greenbank. Don't know if they'll try and utilise a boom boom of their own. I doubt it. It's not something I've seen them do frequently. Doing something though.
There's a routine here somewhere.
Maybe they are going to go for it, but they look very close together. Oh, very smart.
Whoa.
That was like a mini boom boom.
Yeah, that's off the training ground, you suspect.
Yeah. Very impressive, as Newcastle on court A have taken the lead in a massive game, as Marcus Harrison screeching across the goal line. The danger is not away for Teesside.
We've seen him do this a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, so tricky.
Dogged persistence.
It's going to be a corner kick. So he gets what he wants out of it in terms of a set piece. They're looking dangerous from them as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But Platt. Harrison fires at the near post. Didn't threaten Greg Baxter.
Growing into it though, aren't they?
Definitely, they're growing in confidence, making opportunities. Teesside really haven't left their half actually in a while. Obviously, we had the substitution of Pearson on for Mitch Tinkler. He's not managed to have much of an impact on the game so far. As Marcus Harrison just tackling with the back of his chair, which is never a wise move, but manages to stay above board for now. And now a chance for Liam Fitzpatrick. He takes a good first touch. What's his second one going to be like? It's not bad. Still battling away.
Another corner.
He thinks it's a corner. Don't think anyone else is sure, but it is a corner. One of those where both sides appeals in hope. Here is Bookplatt over this corner. Fitzpatrick is the free player right now for Teesside at the back post. I don't know if I like that as an approach, and it's given Teesside a chance to counter-attack now. It's Pearson. He plays across field towards Common. Here is Ed Common. 2-on-1 in favour of Teesside. So a chance for them to get themselves forward in this game. Pearson spins and nearly sends it unexpectedly to the front post.
A miss hit, but
yeah, nearly came off.
Nearly bared fruit.
So 4 minutes remaining of a first half that's been captivating, a fascinating tactical battle between two sides that have such street smart in this league. Here's Ed Common. Manages to find some separation. Luke Kelly has to be careful. It's going to be 2-on-1 in favour of Teesside. Seems fair enough. So, a free kick in a dangerous area.
More of the same from these two, do you think?
Yeah, I think that, I don't know if they'll try it again or whether they'll, because they've done it once, they'll try a dummy here. I mean, Pearson looks relatively free at the back post, and that space looks bigger than usual as well behind Marcus Harrison.
He also looks ready to receive, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's very strategically placed, that. Let's see. Difficult from where we're sitting, actually, Charlie, sometimes, but that looks like a gap, doesn't it? Clear gap.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they can exploit it here, Teesside. Taking their time.
Silence and consideration.
Quite eerie, actually. It's almost given Teesside too much time. Like they're probably thinking about it, and they've psyched themselves out now.
Yeah, it can be your own worst enemy, that, can't it?
There we go. It did go to the back. It did go to the back post, and I think that was a case of overcomplicating it from a Teesside perspective.
probably a couple of minutes to go, Charlie. It was probably about a fair reflection, I think, of the game. Just.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Greenbank was still level, if it was still 0-0, I'd say it's probably been a fair result. Because I mean, I don't think Teesside have created massive chances since their opening goal, but
No.
it was such a great start to the game from them. I mean, they had a massive chance and then didn't convert it, but then instantly,
Yeah.
and that's a really good
Oh
sign.
dear.
Oh dear,
Don't see that very often.
that's a waste.
Mm. Maybe a bit
A little
panicky
rush
there.
of blood to the head, I
Yeah.
think there. Yeah, perhaps unnecessarily. Marcus Harrison just gives possession back to Teesside.
I think you used it a few moments ago. You used the expression "street smart." I think Teesside have done exactly that. That's what they've been, isn't it, since that goal?
They've known that they don't need to overcommit themselves to get a second goal.
No.
This is a game that I'm sure if they win this 1-0, they'll be more than happy with that result. Especially when looking over
As will
to
Newcastle
Court A.
with that one.
Yeah, I mean, looking the current league leaders are dropping points as it stands, which is a good sign for all of the chasing pack. As it stands, Leeds Chariots top on 18, West Brom and Teesside and Aspire, all three tied on 16, just 2 points behind them, and then Newcastle are on 14 in 5th, so there's only 4 points separating first from 5th. What a fascinating league we're in for this year.
Well, I tell you what, don't even ask me the question, Charlie, about who's your prediction for the Premiership title.
Oh.
I mean, A, I remain unbiased. B,
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. It's
It's
very
impossible.
difficult, very, very difficult. And we have that competitive nature in the Championship as well. I mean, it's one of the reasons that it's really excelled this year, the National League, is so difficult to predict.
such good entertainment, and and just the transfer activity in the summer
Yeah.
contributed to that so greatly, because it's a bit of a merry-go-round, but in a fascinating way.
And
So
of
we
course,
are.
an administration burden for my team.
Yes, yeah.
But it's all part of the fun.
Painful, but yeah, it was a weird one. Still weird seeing certain players in certain jerseys.
Yeah.
Marcus Harrison not being in the stripes of Albion, and
Yeah.
Brad Bates being back in the stripes of Albion. Very strange, very strange. But we are just ticking into whatever referee Jeff Lewis has amassed in terms of additional time at the end of this first half. A half that both sides will be relatively satisfied with in terms of the way that the game's gone, but a half that right now will have Teesside the happier of the two. And there we go. So that's a half-time whistle. Dean, give me your quick reflection on the half as a whole before we take our break before the second.
It's very even, isn't it? Incredibly even, but of course, when you score that early, you've got something then to play with a little bit. So I think there's the Marcus situation there right on the touchline where he kicked the ball straight back out. Yeah, they don't need to be desperate, but I feel like they're feeling that a little bit. We have to get back into the game. Teesside are very, very, your phrase, Charlie, not mine, street smart. So they've done exactly what they need to be doing. One or two moments themselves, but I think most chances have fallen to Greenbank after they went a goal behind. But it's pretty even.
It is, very much so. It'll be interesting to see. I think we're going to see a swap in terms of tactically with, I believe, Marcus Harrison is going to take off the goalkeeper jersey and put the green back on. So that'll be interesting to see how that changes the game tactically. We're going to take a quick half-time break, but we'll be back for the second half very shortly. So, we are nearly ready to get back underway here for the second half. It's currently Teesside 1, Greenbank 0. All change at the break. First of all, interesting change for Teesside. Alistair Hay has come on, and Greg Baxter has taken off the goalkeeper jersey. Obviously, we know he's a versatile player, but are you surprised by that change?
I've never seen Yasin do that.
Yeah,
So
did never do that.
This will be interesting, won't it? I am surprised about that. Have I seen Greg do that before? I've always seen Greg, I think, in the goalkeeper jersey. So it's a change, this one. Are they trying to outfox the approach from Marcus Harrison at the start of the game?
Potentially.
Let's see what happens.
So, from a Greenbank perspective, they've done the thing that we were expecting them to do just before half-time, and Marcus Harrison has taken off the goalkeeper jersey. Unusual goalkeeper, Cody Taylor, has come on, plays a lot of his time in goal. He's on, and Jacob Buchplatt, Marcus Harrison and Luke Kelly are the outfield three.
And Greg's been warned after a few seconds.
Yeah, comes out, and after about 12 seconds of being out, has contact fouled, put him back in goal. I hear the crowd cry. So here's Luke Kelly up high on the left-hand side.
I must just say, I've got a feeling that Greg is literally gone out of goal to be nearer to us.
Do you reckon?
Charlie, I think so.
I can't wait for him to get sent off.
Let's not wish that on anybody. Come on, let's be fair.
Here's Ed Common on the right-hand side. Gives it to Tyler Reed. Another Teesside kick in. Reed just knocks it into the centre. Baxter plays it back. 2-on-1. In favour of Teesside. Here's Greg Baxter. Harrison. Common. Greg Baxter with a chance. There was a small gap that he could have exploited there, but would have had to get the front bumper perfect. Good football from Teesside though, creating chances. Here's Marcus Harrison. Baxter gets in and defends well. I think this is what Greg brings to the Teesside outfield, is this solidity, having been a defensive player for a lot of his career. As there's a goal for Greenbank and they've levelled it up. And that's exactly what Greenbank will have been looking for. And I was just praising the defensive qualities of Greg Baxter. Well, they get dispossessed on the edge of their penalty area, and within a flash it's in the back of their goal. And when it's 1-0, it's a dangerous scoreline, isn't it? And Teesside, well, they've just found that out.
And that's another early goal. Start the second half, that really does set us up now, doesn't it?
Sets us up for a cracking finish as Luke Kelly hounds after the ball. They've definitely got a bit of wind beneath their wings now, Greenbank. Can they capitalise? It's still Luke Kelly. He tries to keep it in, goes out. Not necessarily the worst thing. They have a chance to now contain Teesside out on this right-hand side. Marcus Harrison, deep in defence. Tries to take it inside Ed Common, who's strong in there, but Harrison takes it wide and wins his side a kick in. Both sides now will use this opportunity to just get their heads. It seems like that tactical change at half-time to have Marcus in the green instead of that goalkeeper jersey is working out.
more familiar Marcus Harrison, isn't it? Just his dominance on the game is becoming quite clear now, I think, as well. Momentum's a funny thing, Charlie, as we both know in football. I mean, even though up until that equaliser, they seem quite comfortable, Teesside. The issue is they've not got momentum. You know, someone's knocking at the door all the time, and once they've got that, it can easily lend itself to a complete turnaround in fortune. But they look a little bit lost, don't they, Teesside, right now?
A little bit, yeah. They can't really get their passing play going. Yeah, I'm not sure whether they'll look to change it up, maybe. Mitch Tinkler, if they want to get back their passing rhythm, is a fantastic passer of the ball, as there's a bit of contact there. Marcus Harrison adjudged to be the initiator of that contact.
What, me, ref?
He's now trying to turn his chair on. It's back on. Won't be in any hurry. We were talking about the last meeting between these two sides, where it was 1-1 until quite late in the game, and Greenbank overexerted themselves and ended up leaving themselves open. Teesside ended up winning that one. I wonder if this game will follow a familiar pattern, or whether Greenbank will lock up a little bit more.
Interesting, isn't it? You could see that potentially being a risk that they face. Maybe that plays in their mind, their decision making, the longer this goes on at this stage.
And Corte, meanwhile, they're a lot further ahead in their game than us. They've just got over 5 minutes remaining, and Newcastle still have the lead over league leaders' Leeds. Lots of the word lead there. 3 in the box given, but still with Tyler Reeve. Advantage. Talking about Newcastle's lead, and they've added to it, so they've probably put that win beyond doubt. 2-0 to the Toon on court A. Meanwhile, it's very much still in the balance here, and I spoke about that sub, and I've talked it into existence because Mitch Tinkler has come on. I'm sure this will be an attempt to Teesside to get a bit of pace back into the game, a little bit more attacking energy. So Yashin is off. It's his Tyler Reeve. Mitch Tinkler. Reeve.
There's plenty of time left, but I think one of the biggest, most interesting things about the competitive nature of the Premiership this season, Charlie, is that is a point in a game like this, is it a good point or not?
I think for Greenbank it's a good point. I think for Teesside it's very much, considering they've already dropped points, and that's what will be in their mind, is considering they've already dropped points today and they've got Aspire tomorrow, Teesside, they'll be looking at this now and going, oh, we have potential to have quite a bad weekend here, and that will be, I'm sure, playing in their minds, because, you know, whether you like it or not, dropping points in 2 or 3 games in a weekend when you're title challenging is a bit of a shocker.
And what do you think from a Greenbank perspective? We talked about them coming up and they won it at Canton, the championship last season. What do you think should be their ambition for this season?
I think any talks of, I mean, I think some people got a bit ahead of themselves in the summer and were talking about a title challenge, and I don't think Marcus ever thought that it was a title challenge that he was coming here to build with Greenbank. He just wanted to keep them in the Premiership and stabilise them and start develop and be there and be able to develop their players. You know, he had a tough rule, a tough decision to make, where the rules state that he couldn't have stayed and coached Greenbank. So
yeah,
it was either disassociate himself completely from the Greenbank project, which is something he'd built up, something very clear to his heart, obviously, because of where he's from, or go to Greenbank and try and keep them up. But I don't think it was ever, people can say that they were trying to mount a serious title challenge. I don't think that was ever necessarily the aim for this season.
And that only really comes about based on the fact that it is Marcus Harrison, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about, I mean, again, it's a difficult one to predict, isn't it? But he's got to be, well, he's certainly one of the best players in the world. And, you know, when you start looking at the top 5 best players, he's in that conversation 100%, 100%. Isn't he?
He's one of those players that is sort of inevitable. Like, he just,
yeah,
a big game, whether for club or country, you need a goal and you just turn to him and he's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic player. I mean, his time with West Bromwich Albion ended on a bit of a sour note. Obviously, all the controversy around failing his speed test before the Champions Cup semi-final, and I know that's something that even now still sits sorely in his mind. But he had a great time at West Brom as Tyler Reeve nearly manages to...
They've done well to keep that out.
Yeah, very well. They didn't panic there.
That looked like it was going in just one direction, that's it.
Tyler Reeve just managed to get it through the two chairs. So 10 minutes remaining, and since bringing Mitch Tinkler back on and since the Greenbank goal, Teesside have slowly gained a bit more control in this game. Ooh, strong from Marcus Harrison. Not illegal though, says the referee, and it's still going Marcus Harrison. He's now inside the Teesside penalty area. Still got it as well. Here's Tyler Reeve. Some words exchanged between the referee and the Teesside coach. Reeve now has it out on the right-hand side. Game on an absolute knife edge.
Oh dear. Okay. Looks like we're okay, Charlie.
Looks like we're okay. Just a slightly heavy collision there between a member of the Greenbank coaching staff and Ed Common on the spin. Very unfortunate.
Look like we're okay. Yeah, thumbs up. A total accident.
Gets a whack and a booking for his trouble as well.
Jeff Lewis seems to be suggesting that he was slightly too far. Maybe out of the technical. I didn't see it that close.
I mean,
Charlie?
I don't think he definitely wasn't. I don't think it was for being on the pitch. I think it's just for being generally in the way at all. But God, yeah, that's.
I wasn't. That's an awful thing to say. My eyes weren't there. They were on the game.
Yeah,
I wasn't really watching what was happening over there.
Well, good thing is it looks like the Greenbank coaching staff are okay.
And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, the most important thing.
Goodness, this game's got some drama, Charlie.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Marcus now getting himself involved.
Oh, it's you can just feel it, just getting,
yes.
just going towards a big crescendo ending.
It had a big game feel when we were sitting down getting ready to commentate on it. It's no different, is it? It's lived right the way through it.
Great value for money here at the Optegra Premiership. Here's Ed Common. Tyler Reeve just nicks in there. Luke Kelly.
Still conversations going on.
Common. Tinkler, chance to spin and strike. Harrison equal to it. 7 minutes remaining, although that figure may be slightly underplaying it because we did have a bit of a lengthy stoppage. Here's Reeve. Common. Off the back of his chair. Harrison nicks in there, just sees it out of play, but they have good territory here as that is official that Newcastle have defeated the league leaders over on Court A, and a chance at the back post for Tinkler.
That is some result over on that court,
Yeah,
isn't it? That really
massive.
is.
Pivotal.
And as you said earlier on, as the table stands, my goodness me, this is very, very competitive.
Very competitive indeed. Obviously the equaliser has meant that Teesside have slipped back down to 4th in the league now. They sit 14 points. They're level with Newcastle. Then it's Spire and West Brom, the old guard, on 16 each. And then Leeds, despite having lost that one, are still top of the league, but they have played more games than all of the teams below them.
Am I right in saying Spire and West Brom haven't been defeated yet this season?
Yeah, they're
Right.
the only sides to avoid defeat.
Yeah.
Both of them have drawn one game. West Brom, of course, drew to Greenbank, who they face again tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's another massive game. They just keep coming. And then Aspire drew to Newcastle, who were the team we were just talking about. And then for Greenbank, this puts them on 8 points, brings them up to 7th in the division. I'm sure they'll be looking to try and get into the top half. I think it would be a very, very good season for them, considering it's their first year in the Premiership. Here is Marcus Harrison. 5 minutes on the clock. Harrison.
Of course, when you look at from Aspire and West Brom's perspective, being pushed and the improvement of teams like Teesside and Newcastle and Leeds, that arguably, would you suggest that gets more from West Brom and Aspire as well?
Yeah, I think they're enjoying it. I think they're really relishing the challenge. I think it being a 2-horse race every year can get quite boring. And also because of sort of the way it's happened, it's like there is less of a... None of the sides you look at in their squad and you think, oh, they're winning it. Like, it is so even. And that just makes it so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
And, it also takes away an element of pressure from Aspire and West Brom, because it used to be where if you drop points, it's pretty much over. You've then got to just pray for a miracle that otherwise you're not winning the title. Whereas this year, everyone's dropping loads of points, so it makes it feel a lot more competitive and a bit less pressure on every single game as well. It's an advantage for Greenbank. Marcus Harrison driving quickly down the right-hand side. He has Kelly and Bookplatz. Goal kick. Marcus Harrison just overran it slightly. So 3.5 minutes remaining. Dean, I will be asking you to pick the player of the match at the end, so just some advance warning.
That's okay. I can handle that responsibility, Charlie.
Here is Jacob Bookplatz. Harrison spins and misses it. Frustration on the faces of Teesside, particularly Tyler Reeve in the centre. Waved his arm around after that chance as if to try and ignite something in his side, because right now they're going down without a massive amount of a fight as Ed Common looks to change that at the back post and wins a kick in. This is a big chance.
We've seen it from Tyler on a few occasions actually. He seems to be a bit frustrated today in this game.
I mean, he was given... Dylan Palmer gave him player of the match in their earlier draw with Newcastle. He was so domineering and commanding in that game. He's not managed to have the same great effect on this one so far. But all it takes is one more moment. Just Marcus Harrison just shouting ref over and over again. Well, there's a big gap.
It's quite interesting, isn't
It's
It's
good
clearly he's been told that it's got to be 5 yards, and he spins his chair, so it's not 5 yards at all.
I don't think he was ever intending to actually sit there as well. This is an absolute game management masterclass.
I think
he was never intending on just letting Ed Common just be there. He was always going to break rank early, I think. This is just... He knows exactly what he's doing.
Experience, gamesmanship.
He's played too many games and he's done too many things to be saying, oh, I made an honest mistake and thought I'd be 5 yards. He knows exactly the dimensions he's allowed. As Greenbank looked to break after the set piece didn't really work out. 50 seconds left on the clock. You'd expect them to maybe add a few more. But Platt, there's a chance. Now, Luke Kelly has a strike at Alistair Hay. Now a potential chance for Teesside. It's with Mitch Tinkler. Tinkler, Reeve, Common, fires at the near post, cleared by Taylor. Harrison, now he's got a chance. It's end to end. It's suddenly become a little bit basketball. Marcus Harrison on the right-hand side. Reeve looks to shepherd it out of play. It's kept in just in that corner. But Platt and Kelly are in support of Marcus Harrison. Does very well to win his side a kick in. And we are now into any additional time at the end of this game.
Jeff Lewis looked at the watch as well. I don't think there's going to be much, is there? Maybe up to a minute, do you think?
I don't think you'll see anything more than that. Harrison, his book Platt, holds it in the corner. Still Jacob Book Platt. Next line of defence is Marcus Harrison. Tyler Reeve. Here is Harrison. Now a chance. Bit of composure required. Very well done by Taylor. And now we're in a similar position up the other end. It's Marcus Harrison. Contact. Play on. Shouts from all around the sports hall. The game goes on though, and
we've suddenly got a big audience here, Charlie.
Yeah, it's great. Here is Marcus Harrison, still battling away. Corner. This will be the last chance.
Yeah, he's double check of the watch there. This is the last chance.
We are into Fergie time, as they call it, the last knockings, and a Greenbank goal here would send this place into absolute bedlam. But Platt, Harrison fires it in at the near post. It's Alistair Hay. Tyler Reeve drives clear, and that's full time. So
there we go.
A well-deserved point for both sides. Greenbank will be very happy with the way in which they responded from a very early setback from Teesside. It ends 1-1, and there's only one other bit of business to attend to, and that is you naming your player of the match.
It's not easy, Charlie, that. I think that for me, I ask myself a question. Do Greenbank get back in the game if Marcus Harrison's not on the pitch? I don't think they do. So I'm going to give it to Marcus. It's not an absolute shoe-in that, in terms of it was a clear choice. I think Teesside won't be incredibly disappointed with the point, and they did an awful lot of good things in the game. But I think there was a bit more offensive play, wasn't there, by Greenbank? And I think, I wonder how instrumental, and I think I know the answer to that, Marcus Harrison was in that. So yeah. I'm going to give it to him, but not clear cut, but he's nudged it.
Yeah, they managed it very well. Teesside, after getting their goal, and yeah, I think Marcus Harrison, that was it's what he does. He loves it.
Yeah.
Gets so much joy out of performances like that, and after a very long day, 3 very tough fixtures for Greenbank, they come out with 4 points, which, considering their ambitions are to stay in this division and stabilise, is a very successful Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's been a very successful Saturday of Optegra Premiership action once again. Very excited to be back for another full day of it tomorrow.
Me
More
too.
cracking games. Greenbank, West Brom, Aspire, Teesside, just to name a couple. But yeah, they'll all be streamed live on the WFA's YouTube channel, so check that out. Do all the YouTubey stuff, subscribe and leave comments and share and all that, and we'll see you again tomorrow for more action. Thank you for joining me, Dean.
What a pleasure, Charlie. Thank you very much.
See you on the next one.